Do you want volunteers? No. Like airport. You asked. Yeah, all those cruising. Yeah, yeah. You asked me, wow, that's really. Turn the screen on.
Appreciate that. I do not.
Yeah, we were there. No, we were there.
Remind me, yeah,
We were there.
other trustees are, I remember.
Oh. Yourself, Mr. Hampton. When we were there. It's only my one didn't respond to me. Gunny stuff makes the highest. Yeah, after his fall, he got to die. Well, he's 21. They literally told him when you don't have a kid. They found him that. Literally what they fucking do. I'm like, there's got to be so many can do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got an idea?
Go see
The new guy.
Michael Jackson, Michael, that's his name.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew told me about
Go
it.
see Michael. Have him go see Michael and
Ball is great. I mean, he's got everything.
then we reset.
I'll tell him.
Well, folks, I've got about 1 million connectors here, but none of the connectors that we usually have. So I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do this, Otis. Because this computer doesn't have any like USB connections and shit. Over here, it's only got the little minis.
Wait a second, Oh, that's a button.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's usually like one of these bits. So turn it into one of these bits, but I don't have the connector. Like I don't have the adapters and shit. So I don't know how we're gonna do any tech.
Is that another projector or computer?
It is, but there's no extra connectors on it. I already checked. The only connector it has is the one to connect into that.
Oh,
So it doesn't actually help on my mess. So I don't know, since Brian last used this, I don't know, things got,
Brian hasn't used it in a while, because Brian hasn't been here.
well, yeah, but
Been
then
here.
he uses it like day to day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe he like, some of the.
So can we go, wait a minute, Tom, can we go,
I already tried.
oh, because this will go into here. And if we could get in here, we could plug everything into this.
Yeah, and the problem is probably how.
Wait a minute. Oh, that's a speaker.
But yeah, we go, I mean, we class, but we got this year tired. Well, our person still, emergency kind.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's something help. Hey man, I'm just giving you a jingle. I feel like the typical connectors I've used are like not in the bag. So I just wanted to let you know. Maybe they're still at your office or something, like, there's no way for me to connect the HDMI to your. There's two hubs in here, but none of them have an HDMI connection. So I think we're just gonna have to go old school. And I mean, we can record it still. It's just we won't be able to put it up on the computer. Well, and with the audio, I think I can hook the audio little anchor thing in. Yep, so we'll get audio, but there's no way I'm gonna be able to put the PowerPoint on. So that's how it is though. No, I'm glad I'm not overlooking it. So it's probably at your house or at work. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's two of the USB, there's two 4-port ultra slim USB 3 data hubs, but none of them, no way to plug them in to your, because there's no USB connector. So it's all good, man. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't on me. I'm so plugged in.
I was gonna, but here's Chris.
All right, brother. Well, hey, let's text about it after meeting. We're about to get started.
Well, we're
All right,
camping
take care.
down at any.
So the bits and bobs are missing, Chris.
The electronics, there's not enough wires to hook that laptop up, so we're not gonna have that. I was going to.
Well, when you're ready.
I should be able to at least capture the audio, Chris.
Okay.
But you'll need this
Yeah.
for the slides, I think.
James is gonna try to-
James is online and so is Nick.
Elmer's here.
Actually, the other day, finally.
I guess these folks will be able to see the screen.
How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Just behind, I mean, it's one thing or the other, right?
I bought banking cards myself.
Oh, and I brought some too.
Yeah, for Vivian.
No, that's not.
No, that's with Legion. Yeah, we'll pass it around.
Share. Screen window or tab,
Stanley.
PowerPoint. All right. The online, we'll see it.
Sign in
We
list.
don't.
They won't because I have no way to hook it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get a meeting over here one of these days.
Yeah. So this is as good as it's gonna get.
That's fine. Just let me know when you're ready.
All right, we're ready.
The officers will now take their respective stations and authorized guests will kindly retire and the guard will close the door. By the power and authority vested in me, I'm about to open post 921 for the transaction of any business that may lawfully come before it. Officer today, satisfy yourself that all present are entitled to remain.
That was one. Got all kinds of stuff this is one.
Lieutenant Huck, uncover, parade, rest. Chaplain will now offer the opening prayer.
Let us bow our heads. O sovereign ruler of the universe, Lord, the Lord of hosts, and God of peace, without thee, our efforts are in vain. Continue thy blessing upon us and our families, we pray thee, and guide us during our deliberations. We beseech thee, O God, to bless the dependents of our departed comrades and comfort all who gave their loved ones to our nation's cause. Bless and strengthen the sick, the needy, and the afflicted. Bless, we ask thee, the widows and children in our national home, and help us to fulfill our duties toward them. Continue thy favor upon us, on our order, and help us to practice the spirit of true comradeship, both in our council and with the world at large. Enable us to better serve our community in which we live through our devotion to duty as citizens. We'll now have a moment of silent prayer for our departed comrades. These and all other necessary blessings we ask of the mighty ruler of the universe. Amen.
Lieutenant Huck, cover. Comrades, you'll now join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms. Comrades, we are assembled again to transact business of mutual benefit. Do not let petty jealousies or trivial personalities influence our deliberations. Let us uphold always obligations of unselfish comradeship and loyalty to our organization and to the government of the United States of America. I now declare post 921 duly open for the transaction of business. Guard, will you admit any in waiting? The objects of veteran and foreign wars are fraternal, patriotic, historical, and educational. Preserve and strengthen comradeship among its members, to assist worthy comrades, to perpetuate the memory and history of our dead, and to assist their widows and orphans, to maintain true allegiance to the government of the United States of America and fidelity to its Constitution and laws, to foster true patriotism, to maintain and extend the institutions of American freedom, preserve and defend the United States from all enemies. Do we have any visitors? All right, I'll start with you first. Stand up, introduce yourself. Just let us know who you are, what branch of service you were in, and
My name is Benjamin Waring, just moved here, got here last July, from back east, 21 years military. Did assignment, one assignment with the Rangers, 3 with the 82nd, 1 with 18th Airborne Corps, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 25th Infantries. I was a medic, so I got bounced around there.
When did you, leave the service?
1999.
Okay. And where'd you
78.
Where'd you come from the East Coast?
Don't hold it against me, not the city.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming. Were you a previous member and you transferred, or are we gonna?
We're in the process. I haven't been to the post in Mayapack in, 10 years.
Okay. So we
Basically
was
got my DD 214.
to re-up them.
Yeah.
And not transfer. Okay.
Yeah, if he's in the system, when I put his name in, it pop up, but then I would need to get, if I need to transfer you, I would need to get you VFW number from way back when.
Easy, I give it to you, don't get one.
Oh, you got it?
He's got to go.
All right, great.
All righty,
That
great.
makes things easy.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thanks, sir.
Yep.
You don't remember me, do you?
Did I meet you at McDaniel's? Yeah. Yep.
Hi, good evening. I'm Josh Conrad, retired out of US Navy, 20 years, so about a year and a half ago. So, and I'm currently serving on the Veterans Advisory Board for the First Congressional District. And so my role is to listen and provide feedback for services or for needs that our brothers and sisters needs.
What'd you do in the Navy?
I was,
So you work with Ben?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And he was a master at arms. So like MP. Please. And Ben Studley is Congresswoman Del Benny's military advisor, I guess you'd call him. And so they have the advisory board for her congressional district, which that's our
We
district.
are,
So, well, welcome aboard. Are you new to the VFW then? So we're gonna swear you in tonight?
Well, I don't know if you'll take me. I'm a Legion member. So.
That's okay. A lot of us are, so.
Not on me.
All right, so we'll hold off on swearing in until St. Patty's Day.
Thanks.
All right, any other guests? All right. Recognize past post commanders. Otis Wolf. Elmer Johnson. Hi, Elmer. Great to see you. We're worried about you. Calling the roll of officers.
it doesn't work tonight. You're gonna have to do it old school.
You want me to sound off of them, Stanley?
I got a list here. All right. Commander, Quote,
Present.
Tom Greenbreen.
Present.
Carson, Booth.
He is excused.
Okay, myself, Stanley Rumbrick, quartermaster, Dan Humphreys, chaplain, Otis Wolf, first year trustee,
Here,
James Hampton, second year trustee.
Is he online? He said he was gonna be online.
Yeah, he's
I'm
here.
here. Can you hear me?
He is excused. He'll be late.
I'm here.
Eric is?
No, that's
That
James.
that was James, yeah. We got you, James. Eric, late, but he's, yeah.
Okay, then we had, Brian Cornell,
Excused.
okay. And, Bruce Krieger, service officer.
Absent.
Okay, Jamie Pike, JAG. And again, surgeon is Tom Clearbring, dual roles.
All right. Reading and referring of membership applications. So,
We have, veteran sergeant first class, Waring, Russell. Right there, we've met him and I reviewed his DD 214. He's qualified, within Bosnia and Honduras.
okay. Otis, he says he has a membership number. Do you think we should just swear him in for,
well, if it's broken service, have you paid your dues constantly? So it's gonna be a reinstate.
okay,
So I got an application here. And I think Dan is gonna be You're gonna get the recruit. You brought him in, right? Or did Chris?
I did,
Okay, Chris did, but that number,
yeah,
whatever,
we'll get the number on it after,
yeah.
okay?
We
Re-
don't necessarily
You
have.
got your VFW number. At the post. Oh, no, I don't know the number. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
so-
he's broken, he'll get a new number. Or
Yeah.
he'll give it back, it's reinstated.
Okay. All right, reading of minutes, the minutes are on our YouTube channel. Brian is going back and converting all of the videos to text using AI software to help us with that. So we're in the process of doing that. So what we're gonna do moving forward, we're still gonna do audio and video recording of them. So they'll still be on the YouTube channel. But after each meeting, Brian's gonna convert them to text and we'll email them out to everybody so that you guys can review them that way as well. So the minutes for this meeting were on the YouTube channel. Does anybody have any changes, edits, or deletions? None, hearing none. I would like to make a motion that we approve the minutes from the February or January meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Minutes are approved. Quartermaster's report.
Okay, so, I'm gonna be reading, from our, monthly report, which I completed. So we have, going into debits, we had the cashing in for the fourth quarter, 2025 of American Legion Post 96 rent for $750. We had a charge from Zephy, which is questionable. Did you?
We're
ever find
investigating
anything
still.
on
Not yet.
that?
Evidence.
Nothing
So,
on that. Okay.
so I had two charges to Zephy, December 9th and January 9th. I didn't buy anything or sign up for anything. So I'm working with department to figure out if there was something from them, but I don't think it is. Because that's the only place that I would have charged anything. And if not, then I'm gonna go through Wells Fargo fraud and get those charges reversed.
And the card's turned off, right?
Not yet. It will be.
All right. Okay, we have a, hotel convention from Chris Cote for $630, 12 cents. We have, the, VFW store, our covers and other name tags, came in, at $477.95. We finally have a whole bunch of covers now. Cat House Pizza was $131.96. There's a little more this time. The reason why is I didn't tip them the first time, so I took care of that. And we have another hotel convention expense. That was a check given to Otis Wolf for $552. And then our Microsoft website monthly payment of $14.37. And we had nothing in the way of Wells Fargo savings going out of that. And then our receipts, we have the we have a $15.40 by the VFW National for lifetime membership payments. We also received $24 for general membership payments from the VFW National. And then we have $48 of legacy lifetime payments. So all those payments came in. I guess they do that in the beginning of the year here. And then going into Wells Fargo, we have the whopping monthly interest of 8 cents. And we have a deposit from Wreaths Across America for $50. Our total standing here for Wells Fargo checking is $1,434.26. And that is a decrease of $2,574.30. We have Wells Fargo savings. Our account currently has $9,486.10. That is an increase of $50.08. And petty cash on hand is 135. And Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, we have is on that is $94,912.71. That is an increase of $1,153.14. And as you recall from our last meeting, you guys were, people here were questioning whether there was a vote to move, was it $12,000 to Morgan Stanley Dean Winter. I looked on the tab and exactly at the 31 minutes and 28 seconds, there was a vote duly requiring me to move the money to Morgan Stanley Dean Winter, and that was put into an equity fund. And then regarding the Navy Federal Credit Union, we got that special rate of an APY of 4%. So right now, our certificate savings is $25,146.56. And that is a total increase of $108. That's all for the reports.
So I've got some paperwork for you in the car, one of which is our final check from Reach Across America. So they gave us our October funds and that $50 check that Stanley just reported. And our final check for the 231 Reese that we raised was 1,000. So for all total was $1,155. So I'll be giving Stanley the check for $1,105 we'll deposit. But I would like to have a vote on how we earmark those funds. That when he puts them into the record, those funds are earmarked as feed money for next year's Reach Across America. So we start with some money already from making the money this year. So I make a motion that we earmark the Reach Across America money from this year to start us off for next year. Do I have a second? Okay, any discussion?
So is that money to just buy more Reese?
Yep. I mean, we can get them donated, but that's what GAR does. They roll their funds over. I mean, we have other money that we're investing and making. So to start off next year, like I said, our goal between the two cemeteries is 1,400 Reese. So that's starting funds for us. GAR does the same thing with the money that they get from their Reese. They didn't get a lot this year, but
So we don't really use it as income. We just roll it back into Reese Across America.
well, it comes back to us. I mean, we can use it for income, but that's the whole discussion point is. Go ahead, Joe.
Like you mentioned about GAR, GAR, yeah, they do buy Reese and then they reinvest or whatever. I disagree. You guys, first year doing Reese over Machias, you guys kicked ass over 200% of the Reese that you needed. That money is to be used for
Okay, that's cool.
things like that. And next year we can just raise it again. You guys did it in like 2 weeks.
We had one donor cover all of Machias.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, next year, it's your first year and you kicked ass. So next year, you can.
That's why I threw it out for discussion.
Anyway, I just disagree. I think
Okay.
that money should be used for veteran causes and next year we can just fundraise again.
That's fine. Randall?
Is it an extra hassle for the accountability wise to start making sub accounts or at least sub earmark funds? Yeah, little groups of that. It seems to me that if it's all going into the pot and we're using it for all the same stuff every year, do we need the extra hassle on Stanley or whoever does it? Or is it a hassle?
Because we can just vote to spend money.
Right, that's fine. I just was throwing it out there as an idea.
If we just took that, made a note, we made this much last year, but It doesn't have to be
It doesn't have to be reinvested in the program.
special. It just, we just make a note that next year when we get going, oh, we're short. Well, we made this much left. Then pull it out.
Right.
Well, would the fund go to, the general fund, or would it be going to the, relief fund?
General. We can't use relief funds for
That's where
that.
I put your $50.
In the relief fund?
No, in the general.
Yeah, it's gotta go
Can't
general.
can't use that
Yeah,
for
like
relief fund. It's gotta go
Yeah.
general.
information booth, poppy donations, those go to relief. So,
And then you were going to, there was a $300 donation to a charity from a policeman of the year.
200. It
You're
should
gonna
be
give me that
200
information.
cash, but Chris and I have been working. He's got the
Okay.
cash.
I don't have the cash yet because the meeting got
The
pushed.
meeting got postponed, so we didn't do, we haven't
Okay.
done none.
Okay,
It
because that was
hasn't
on my to-do list and I didn't hear it.
No, it hasn't been taken out yet, so. All right, we still have to vote on the motion, so all in favor? All opposed? Okay, motion denied. All right. Reading of bills? No bills, all right. No service officer, is there a family, or is there a comrade or a family of a comrade in distress? You want to mention Jim?
Well, Jim Reichel got prostate cancer, but he's doing okay. They're not, it's a low, slow growing. It's, he's okay. Jim's better. My sister is like, member of the post, got Parkinson's from Agent Orange. Not so well. I'm sick of emergency rooms and hospitals. That's what I've been doing the last month. She's in Evergreen Hospital in Monroe right now. They're supposed to release her back to the rehab center in the morning. Yeah.
Is all her bills being paid? Is
She could go on, you know, she's good going. It's no financial nothing. It's just been too many long nights for an old man. I love my sister. She
All right.
was an army nurse in country Vietnam, 67, 68.
Brian Cornell sent an email out to the post today, with the sad news that Jim Strothman, our member, his wife passed away, earlier this month. So let's keep he and his family in our prayers.
He was the treasurer for our auxiliary for 3 years.
Anybody else with a comrade or a family member in distress?
You go ahead.
boy. Bob Martin. So those of you that know Bob from the Stank Barber Shop here in town, Bob has from what I understand, he's starting to suffer from dementia. Bob is 83, 84, 84. He doesn't really drive anymore at all. He's been on a rampage for almost 2 months now, wanting to get the stuff back from the barber shop that Tony continued. He's been calling a lot of different people, asking them to go in there. If you guys hear from him on that, it's a legal matter. He needs to take Tony to court if he's gonna get that stuff back.
He finally,
So he needs to do that. You're not gonna help Bob by going in there and trying to get the stuff back. So please don't try. Tony is a veteran too, just like us. They had some verbal agreements between the two of them that they literally need to work out. I would go and get Bob shit in a minute if I could. Tony doesn't want to give it back. He feels that they made arrangements for the stuff that is there. How you feel about it is obviously. But it needs to go, unfortunately, go through legal channels. So that there's no unnecessary trauma.
We'll talk about it there.
Yeah,
He's got more.
I haven't heard from Bob other than a couple of phone calls, him asking me. I think he's very angry, very frustrated with how life has turned out at these twilight parts of his years.
he's called me. He trying to keep losing the number. I give him Chris's number to call Chris.
He hasn't called me at all.
Yeah, I gave him your number too. The gentleman joined our post, he was a keel pilot. Vietnam era Huey, I think he was flick pilot. and he was taking Bob to some of his appointments and stuff, and Bob keeps losing his number, and I don't have it, so I don't have a roster anymore.
Do we know, is the other gentleman a member?
Yes, he's a member of our club, he joined our club.
What's his name? Okay,
I don't know.
hard to look him up on the
He
roster then.
told me to call you, or he said he needed your number to call so he could, and I gave it to him, and that's been 2 or 3 times. It's like Joe said, you know, I love Bob like a brother, but he's
Is his first name Matt by chance?
the head of the small aircraft airport out there by Machias. He's
Okay, the RC.
a big guy, he's a big officer in that.
Okay,
But he was
I'll see if I can find out.
came to a couple meetings, he joined, he was flying Hueys and
Okay. I'll see what I can do. All right. Report of all committees. We'll skip Poppies and ramp it up. Do you have anything? Okay,
maybe find out more Saturday history.
okay. Adopt the unit.
Commander, a couple things. The unit's doing well. They're still on their deployment. In the email Brian sent out, the adjutant email, there's a YouTube video of a walkthrough of the latest, with an update on the interior of the addition on the armory. So check that out. It's kind of cool. We are in the early planning stages to support the Family Readiness Group and doing some kind of welcome event. That's National Guard Bureau and Family Readiness Group run. We've made ourselves as the Adopt Unit Committee available to help, whether that means time, treasure, or talent, or all 3. So stand ready as a committee to support that cause. In that vein, I've got 2 other items. I'm hoping to get a motion approved for, in the years past, we've done $75 fruit and veggie platters to support their drills. Their detachments are still making way here, doing their mission while their unit is down on the border. And so I'm hoping to do a $300 motion. That's 75 times 4, so 1 per quarter in fruits and veggies. And so I would make that motion, and I'm looking for a second.
Okay. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion?
This is to support the guys still behind.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. Hearing none. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes.
I appreciate that. And the last thing, one of the members of the unit, who's a member of our post, Sergeant Hepner, he let me know that one of their guys recently retired, wondering who can help them fill out the VA stuff. I know things have changed with what the VFW can
That's
do.
Everett.
Vet Center in Everett. Roger that, sir.
Jackson,
Michael Jackson.
he's the part of VSO at the center in Everett.
Vet Center in Everett, Michael
He's the
Jackson.
black guy, and not the dead one.
Yeah.
This guy's bigger than that other one.
So piggyback on what Tom was saying, I was contacted by John McPherson, who's a history teacher at Snohomish High School. If you've been at our Memorial Day events or the rededication of the Veterans Memorial when it reopened up, he bugles taps for us with another guy, but he's part of a reenactment group. They do it from Civil War all the way through Vietnam, and they dress up in full uniform for the period that they are doing. So he reached out to me. They want to be part of the rededication of the armory. So we got him in touch with Staff Sergeant Hepner. And so they're going to be there supporting the unit when they get back and rededicate the building. All right. Programs, VOD, Patriot Pen, Youth SA, those are all put to bed. Scout, I'm waiting on getting our scout from Captain Lennon. Should have it this week with all the paperwork done. That's due to us by March 1st, and then I have to get it to the district by March 15th. Same with Veteran of the Year. I had the Veteran of the Year all written up, which was, we said we're going to nominate Captain Lennon from the JRTC unit. But speaking with the department chairperson for the program, I have to go back and rewrite it all and make it anonymous. Like I can't have any mention of his name in the write-up. So ChatGPT is gonna help me with that. I learned from Daryl that we use ChatGPT for everything. So we'll rewrite that. That'll be submitted to district on before the 15th. Law enforcement, fire safety, the fire and safety we're doing on March 9th, right?
One of those,
Yeah, Greg told me the 9th. I think that's the Monday.
yeah, I'm gonna do.
Yep. So,
And the law enforcement, I'm waiting for a call from Chief Lannis. I went and saw him last week or week before, and the detective that one was not out of office last week. So he's supposed to call me this week. I'll probably have to go back and remind him, but I've been busy.
for our youth programs, most of the winners at district came from our post. That's just because we had the majority of the people submitted and our students won. We won all 3 teachers of the year at the district, and our elementary teacher, Kelly Stinson, who's our district commander's wife, won state teacher of the year. So she's going to be competing at the national level and should be finding out in August in Reno if she won or not. Reach Across America, we talked about the money that we brought in. Daryl, have we re-upped yet? I got an email from,
Yeah, I did that.
so we're all set?
I just gotta order the little cards.
Yeah, so we got to order the cards and then get the new QR link, QR scanning link and other links. I'll get those from Daryl and have Brian send them out to everybody. And we can start publicizing now. It can be on our Facebook page, our website, and that way we can share it with all of our friends and start collecting donations. I don't think they upped the price on the wreaths this year. I think they're still 17. And so, yeah, so whatever the price of the donation is, then we get about $5 back per wreath. So do the math. If we get all 1,400 donated this year, then that money comes back to us. Machias Community Cemetery.
Bank statement for the cemetery, beginning balance 37,964.65, ending balance 45,832.60. We gained 7,865.95. Our CD, $50,000 CD, 50,704. We've made at 3.75%. We made 178.80 so far on that one. We sold, Daryl sold one traditional plot, 1,500 burials. Fee 20%. We get 20% of 2,500. We get $500 for cemetery. Plot sale 3,000. Another plot sale for 3,000. Interest of 35, so that's 8,035. But we have $132.40 power bill came out of that. That's why it goes to 7,000 and change. There was a burial held 126, and Daryl is meeting with Evergreen Gabcale. That's about endowment for the cemetery. And he said that they're normally wouldn't consider somebody as small as we are, but because GAR is part of it, they're considering getting us into the endowment. Okay, we would like to request, we've been paying for a post office box in Lake Stevens. Why are we paying for 2? It's due. We'd like to put out and let that post office go and just use our post one in Snohomish. It's, my wife is the president of the auxiliary. She has a key, Chris has a key, and she and I are through town, and I can get stuff to Daryl if he needs it, or we can get him a 3rd key, because he's actually the business manager. Okay, I don't think we don't need to make a motion or anything for that. We'll just do it.
I think we need a motion. Because
I make a motion that we allow the Machias Cemetery to use the post office box.
Second.
And cancel the Lake Stevens.
Cancel the lake, just let it go.
any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, just a quick on purchases. Joe and Daryl met it, and we got a screaming deal on a cordless backpack blower. We got 2 cordless weed eaters. We got a hedge trimmer attachment. And we got like, what is it? You said 600 off or 300 off?
Over 300.
Over 300 off because Home Depot is so, they've been so great to us as a post and as the cemetery.
On that note, before we end today, can we figure out the day of service, whatever that day is, so that we can share it?
I've got it right here.
Okay, the other thing we're gonna buy shortly is a riding mower, a tractor type with a grass catcher. We have the big zero turn, but in around the tombstones and everything, it just blows grass and then you gotta go through and blow the grass out. So it works great for the big fields, and we're gonna get a small regular rider, a used one, with a bagger to run around and bag that grass, so we don't have to go back and spend all the time blowing it up. The road, the new road, for those who've been to the cemetery, we're proposing putting another driveway over on the field side, the open side. We call it the new side. My friend Michael, who's a retired landscape designer, was up the other day. And we actually pruned the apple tree. Anybody who's been to the cemetery, there's an old apple tree out there that just dumps the fruit. The great apples, if anybody wants some, and the deer come out and eat them. Well, we pruned that and he approved of my road. So we're gonna have to work at getting some equipment up there. There's piles of gravel and dirt from grave digging that we want to reshape around the tree. So the road bed, and then it'll be a matter of rounding up, if anybody knows people with dump trucks and equipment, and then we'll see about deals on gravel where see everybody's connected. I'm just putting out, we're gonna build a road there. That's talk too much, Otis. And a work party. We do need a work party. All of the ornamental cherry trees that line the road going up to the cemetery and around, they all need to be pruned. They need to be topped and shaped. Those things, when they get, having worked at the school district for 20 years, they get too big, they start self-pruning. You got tops and breaks. We need either, if somebody knows an arborist,
I do.
somebody that we could maybe we'll go up and help or whatever. We just need to get those done before the growth goes on. And we have to start getting a mowing schedule. Because I had to mow my lawn the other day. I'm like, holy February. So,
Right. I plan on start mowing in March. That's what
we
Daryl
are
told me.
looking at that. And we need a crew up to put the light on the other flagpole.
Okay. So if you guys want to, I think Saturday, May 2nd is the National Day of Service. Is everybody good with making that our day of service as well? Okay. Anybody opposed to that? You guys can check your calendars.
But I'd like to have some kind of volunteer day before then.
Right. I'm saying for day of service, Joe mentioned it. So May 2nd.
We get it to Home Depot.
Exactly. Yep. And I'll put it out to JROTC and, the high school. Yeah.
Great.
I'll put it out to Casey Cowan, who's the community service coordinator for the high school, and she can get out to AIM and GP. So May 2nd is the National Day of Service. We'll try to piggyback on that. But like Otis and Daryl said, we need working parties out there beforehand. So I'll put a potential, do you guys mind working on a Saturday or Sunday? What days work better for you? If you want to volunteer? Anybody?
People tend to do Sundays because a lot of people want to work a 6-day work week.
Okay.
In
So-
my opinion.
All right. And I'll put it as like a,
Sometimes that's Jesus.
It's Lord's Day, so a lot of people would rather work Saturday. And as the days get later on in the spring and summer, we can do after work. We've done that before, go do 2 or 3 hours.
all right, I'll put out a schedule. Is there any more discussion from the trustees about getting riding bagging more?
We're buying it. I just told
I
everybody,
didn't hear that part.
we're buying it within the next,
Yeah, I got my try, I just need to get my ass off, couch and go do it. There's a bunch of them on Facebook Marketplace, all for around 800
Okay.
bucks.
So that would be 2 mowers. We have the zero spin steer, which is pretty fast. Is better for the, around the grave sites and stuff, but if you've been out to the cemetery on the west side is a big open field. And we can mow that, bag it, and then there's a spot where the trustees, Daryl, have picked out on the south end of the property, the southwest side, where we would dump all the clippings, correct? Okay. So I'll get a schedule. Typically, we need about 10 guys at least once a month to come out, weed whack around all the grave sites, trees, and blow off the gravestones and mow. So I'll just put out a list of 10. If people want to join us on those days, the more the merrier. If you have your own equipment, please bring it out. It'd be great. But I'll get that list out to everybody. We can start signing up. We'll do it similar to what we do on the information booth days where we have the sign up genius. So that way we'll send out the link and that way you can just go online, sign up, and then that way the trustees have a list and we can see how many of those spots have been taken. Everybody good with that? Okay. Let's see. Membership. Matt Hammerly still on deployment to Romania. He should be coming back rather soon. But we are DFL in the district for membership. And like I mentioned last month, most of our members they come due in May. But the rest of you guys, if you know that your membership's coming due, if you can re-up now, that way we can get our numbers pumped up. So I'm not getting hounded by the district commander. If any of you have looked into becoming a life member, that way you don't have to renew your membership. That's even better for the post. And then if you are a life member, you can look into becoming a bronze life legacy member. Otis is gold, I'm gold, Tom is bronze. And so when Stanley was reporting and you're life legacy, bronze. So 4 of us that are life legacy members that are here tonight. And like Stanley reported, because of those funds that we paid, the post gets a kickback annually forever, even after we're gone. That's why it's a legacy membership. So even after Otis passes away, I pass away, Tom's too young, he's gonna be around for years. The post will get that as like an endowment from our membership. So they're not super expensive, but they are expensive, but
per level,
right.
400 for bronze, 800 or 400 for, it's 1,200 to go all the way up. I went 1, 2, 3,
I did.
$400.
Yep. But if you're a regular annual member, I encourage you to become a life member. One, we don't have to worry about re-upping every year, and it just makes it easier for us for our membership levels, because then we're just taking new people that are reinstates or new recruits and add them to our list. The national commander lowered the requirement this year. Last year, we were 102% of our previous year. This year, I think it's 100% and 101%. So a little bit lower this year. But we were at about 128 members last year, so we need to be about 130, 132 for this year. So
VFW life membership way cheaper than the fair.
I did that one by mistake and my wife almost shot me. Yeah. All right. Remember National Home. Home present will rise. Attend hut. Uncover. Parade rest. Comrade Chaplain, you will ask divine blessings upon our National Home for Children.
God, we ask for thy divine blessing on the children, families, and staff of our National Home for Children in Eden Rapids, Michigan. May your spirit dwell with them forever, giving them help and guiding their lives. Help us to always be faithful to our fallen comrades by providing support for their families. We ask in your holy name. Amen.
Tan Hut? Covered? Seats. All right, on to unfinished business. All right, American Legion Post 921 rental agreement. I spoke with Barb Hare, who's also a member of our post, but she's the commander of the American Legion. Her executive committee has the agreement. They're reviewing it right now. She asked for them to have it done by Friday, but she's doubting they're going to get it done. They have their executive committee meeting next week. So I expect to get something back from her with their changes or requests. And then Stanley and I will review it. And if we're in agreement with it, then we'll tell her we're in agreement with it. But if we have any negotiating that we want to do, we'll send it back to them. But the goal is to have it in place for a vote by next month on March 17th. So that's where we're standing. You got any more stuff, Stanley, for that?
Not to add to it, and just about where
Okay.
we're at.
Okay.
It will be brought to membership for a vote before it's approved.
We'll get the final
Correct.
draft. The executive committee will review it, make sure we're all on board with it, and then we're gonna email it out to members to review. But the vote will be hopefully at the March 17th meeting.
We'll be compliant. We should get that.
So, July 4th parade, it's not a parade. It is a procession, right, Randall? So Randall is leading our group. We've been meeting if you guys don't know Randall, stand up. So Randall Mars has been leading our group. He's very passionate about this event. We've got the support of the mayor, the city council, and
No, enough of them, yeah.
enough of them. And we've kind of worked things out with the historic,
HDSA.
what's it called?
Downtown Snohomish Association.
Yeah, those guys. They were, I wouldn't call it challenging, but difficult initially, but Randall smoothed them out. We were negotiated, and that's why we're not having a real parade. And another reason why we're not having a real parade is the financial cost. So, to shut down First Street and have all the barricades up, especially on a holiday, and Snohomish County Sheriff, those folks, it's a holiday for them as well. So they would have to bring in extra officers around to the levels that we would need to make it a parade. And then you have to have tow trucks, because if people are illegally parked up on First Street, then all those vehicles would have to get towed. With a procession, we can minimize those costs and minimize the impact on First Street by just having a procession. So the goal is right now, correct me if I'm wrong, Randall, we're gonna meet by Gagnon Welding on the side of Avenue D and on First Street. We'll have a joint color guard of American Legion members and VFW members leading the procession. And then the VFW and American Legion members will march behind. And then anybody else that wants to join the procession, we will march down First Street to the Veterans Plaza. And our goal is to have all the final items to finish off the Veterans Memorial Plaza in place so that we can finally dedicate it and say that it's complete. And that's another, I'll get to that in a second, but did I hit all the points right?
You did, sir. The only caveat to where we're actually gonna meet, gather, and have the touch-off point is based on the number of people we get. I want everybody who's a VFW member, Legion member, knows anybody, has family members, to grab a flag and come march with us. We're gonna be moving from here up to the Veterans Memorial. Where we start is gonna depend on how many people we get. If we get enough that we can stack up in the Legion parking lot, so be it. We'll stack up on this side. It's easier. If we get 1,500 people, we're gonna stack up over by Gagnon Welding. I'm hoping for that, but it remains to be seen.
So let's just keep 4th of July open. I think our kickoff time is at 09 is our goal, right?
10 is the start of the parade. We're
Yeah.
gonna need to gather by 9:15.
Yeah. I have all the harnesses for the flags. So the goal is to have the American flag, POW flag, the VFW and the Legion flags, and then all the flags for the services. So we may have to buy new flags and put them on poles, not take these off the wall. Oh, do you? Okay, so we'll just borrow all of those from JR. Okay. And then, once we get down to the plaza, we're gonna have the sound system set up with, we're gonna hopefully borrow the GAR podium. Yeah, we'll figure it out with whoever's working that. And then, obviously the mayor will be there, and we'll invite other distinguished people to say a few words. But, like I said, the goal is to have the plaza completely done and in place by the 4th of July. To hit everything?
Pretty much.
What's your date?
July 4th. It's a Saturday,
To
4th of July.
celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country's existence.
And we're calling it a procession because of grief we were getting in conflict with the Lahia Days. They've got a parade. They feel it's too much on Snohomish to have 2 parades within a month. I think that's stupid, but calling it a procession doesn't mean we're not gonna have vehicles in it. In fact, we're hoping to get the tree trailer in there.
If you're available, or we can get somebody else to tow it, Eric.
Also, if anybody knows anybody who's got a military vehicle, or antique fire engine, police stuff like that. So we need that. But I really don't want any foreign vehicles. Somebody came up with the idea, oh, we got a tank, and it ends up it's some Soviet. I don't want that. I want American stuff. Call me weird.
And I'm gonna have Barb invite the American Leader Riders, the motorcycle group, so.
VFW off-road. I went back to Ricky about that, and it's the VFW chief. And they actually have a World War II Jeep.
Perfect. Yes.
Monroe does, but I don't know if they're doing something in Monroe.
Pretty sure they're not. Doug Rollstone knows that guy too.
Yeah, Doug's a member of their boat.
Yeah, he was talking about getting that for
I'll
us.
talk to Ricky. I'll see Ricky.
We'll see Ricky on Saturday.
Right,
So-
and we've got a few months. It'll come up fast, but we got 5 months. So we'll spill information out, new ideas. We're welcoming new ideas, and new information will get put out as we get closer.
And then at our meeting, there was some discussion. I mean, I brought it up. It'd be kind of cool if the Legion members, we're all wearing the same thing. And so I think we have the funds available, but we could get nice shirts like this with the VFW logo on it. And then Gabe Jacobs, who's a city council member, he has a special logo for the event. It's really cool. And we get Streamline up on Bickford to embroider them for us, but I think it would be cool if we're looking uniform, so.
Once again, we have to use the VFW logo to make sure that it's proper.
Right.
Is that the red VFW shirt that you see online?
I think what we could do is potentially order the shirts from VFW.org and then have her embroider the other logo on the other side. So,
Not a patch and just sew the patch on. That way we can put the patch anywhere.
yeah, I mean, either one. So, all right.
So somebody tried to say something. I don't know who it was. So I asked him to type.
Yeah, that was Brian Granger. Sorry about that. I'll go to the chat.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, Veterans Hometown Heroes banners. I finally got a response from the company. So we're gonna potentially be using them for 2 things. So the Hometown Heroes banners, and I checked with the city. I just have to get the measurements we want to go with and the style brackets that we want to use. Ireton, what's her first name?
Sherry.
Sherry Ireton, who works with Tom, she was at our meeting and said that potentially if we got these donated, there are 40 light posts out along First Street. So if the banners had 2 veterans on each side of the banner, that would be 80 veterans that we could potentially have up on these Hometown Heroes banners. And the city is on board with us doing it from Memorial Day to the fall. I haven't really worked out when they'd be taken down. Historic Downtown Snohomish Association, they put up wreaths or Christmas decorations for shopping season, like the beginning of November. What I want to try to work out with them is that we have the Hometown Heroes banners up until Veterans Day. And after Veterans Day, they can take them down and put their Christmas decorations up right after that. So Randall and Gabe and I walked First Street, and not every light post has a flag holder, but that's what their goal is. Most of them do. And so imagine our Hometown Heroes banners would be vertical this way, and then an American flag would be sticking out of every light pole above it for the whole summer. So it'd be kind of cool. So for March, I'll get the cost per banner, and we can start putting that out to get people to, purchase those for themselves or their family members. They're not cheap, but I think it'd be kind of cool to have all of us and our ugly mugs up on the banners along First Street, so people would, honor all our veterans. And we can get one for Gate Jones. I'll see if the Legion wants to get one for Earl Weinhardt as well.
It'd be us, not.
Anybody. They could be any veteran. Can be the dead. So I plan on getting one for my dad, even though he didn't live here, but to honor him. So I was gonna get one for my dad, my son who's on active duty right now, my nephew who is a Marine, and then myself. So that's 4. I know Jamie, between Jamie, his 2 sons, and his father-in-law potentially has 4, right? So anybody, like, if you can get a banner for pretty much anybody that they served, and then what the banner will be is like red, white, and blue. It'll have their service picture up, and then their name and dates below it. So yes.
Just to ballpark, last I heard was $300-400 each. Right?
Yes, I can look it up real quick if we want the exact number.
That might give people some perspective on how many they want to order. But it's good for planning purposes. We want to get as many as we can. I think we should be able to get 40 up there. But we might find we have more space than that.
Right. I think
We could have some spillovers.
if we open it up to the community, not just the Legion and the VFW, we'll get probably more.
Is that a website that we would go to and
Order,
order straight from them?
yeah.
There is a company local that might do them, and
They could, but
do them through that company.
we can research that. The company, what it does is it's the banner and the brackets for the light poles. They include everything. So it's one-stop shopping, but I will get the price, email it out to the post, and that way we have the information. The second part of the Hometown Heroes part, and it goes back to the Veterans Memorial Plaza. So Daryl, Tom, and I met this week. To finish off the plaza, there are 3 memorial stones. And in your mind, picture a gravestone that's on an angle. And on each gravestone, there'd be a plaque affixed to the face of the angled part of the gravestone. We're trying to figure out the whole plaque issue. I haven't gotten back from Brennan. He had out of office. So but anyway, there are other plaques like this around the city. And so we're going to try to match those to keep it uniform. From what Tom said, they epoxy the plaque to the location. Our worry was that somebody could come with a crowbar and pop those off. So we're asking the city if we could bolt them to the gravestone. So there'd be 3 of these gravestones around the arch of semicircle of the Veterans Memorial Plaza. One would be VFW American Legion. They would have Gay Jones's picture and his information with the VFW logo on the top. And next to it would be the American Legion logo, Earl Weinhardt's name, and his information below it. On the middle one, we are going to have the Purple Heart logo and a write-up about the Purple Heart Award. And then at the bottom saying that Snohomish is a Purple Heart city, effective the date was what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And then the third one, we're going to put out a poem contest to the local students in Snohomish School District. And we're going to get entries on the poem, and then we'll vote on it and award the person with a cash award of some to be determined, and their poem is permanently on the stone. We decided to go with a polished back of the gravestones so that any people that donate to finish off the plaza, their name or company logo or whatever would be on the back of the stone. So that covers, because we talked about having one of the stones just be for sponsors, but if we don't get a lot of sponsors, then it's cleaner just to have the kids' poem on it, and then we can put the sponsors on the backside. So those to be there. The original plan that went through the city, right, was 2 light posts at the outside ends of the semicircle. And then I talked to Brennan at the city about adding a 3rd post in the grass in front of the obelisk. And the reason for that is with 3 posts, we could have banners for each service. So there'd be 2 banners per pole for Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Space Force, and Coast Guard hanging off the light posts. And those would be permanent. Those wouldn't get taken down. So as you go to the memorial, all the branches of services would be represented. We talked about doing flag poles before, but that just seemed to be too busy. Since we already have the lights there, we can put the banners up, then you don't have to worry about the flags getting tattered and that kind of stuff. Otis.
The only question is, and we looked at this back, we have lights here on the back and the flagpole's there. I don't think we want to put one in the front because the pole would be obstructing
Right.
view from the street of the obelisk.
Right. So
And
that,
everything.
we haven't finalized that, but we want to add a
But
3rd
it
pole.
seemed that pole would,
And I agree with you. We haven't determined where that 3rd pole is going to be. I think it would essentially block the flagpole. So, because
it would block the obelisk. And
right,
that's the focal point from the corner.
right,
We don't want anything out front.
right. So we haven't finalized that, but that's, we're trying to figure out where that 3rd pole would go. So we could have, Tom mentioned having 3 service banners per pole,
Yeah.
and we could do that too. They'd just be on different,
Yard arm and a spar.
right, but it'd be 3 per flagpole. So we could do that too. So we have, what Brennan said was the electrical's already done for the most part. They just have to put the lights in. And the city would do that. And then Daryl's getting us a quote on the memorials themselves. You did?
And I forwarded that to this, I forwarded it off.
Okay. So overall cost is gonna be just shy of about $40,000 to finish it off. The city has said that they will place the monuments themselves for free. We just gotta get Daryl to deliver them to First Street so that they can put them where they're supposed to be. So those things are all in work, but at least we've got the light at the end of the tunnel to finish off the
Where
project.
are the plaque made up?
I don't know off the top of my head. Brennan Collins, the project manager for the city. And so he's got all the specs. They're just like, they're the ones, if you walk the Riverfront Trail, the black, 2x3 foot. Yeah.
I was just thinking maybe talk to Brian, the CAD lab, and the CAD at the high school for the plaques, if the material, they could do those plaques up and send it to the mill and cut it out, Matt, Brian, down in the shop.
Right.
But do it, student done what Morrison and Homish and save money.
Okay, I'll talk to Matt. Matt Johnson's the shop teacher, so I know him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as they can make a match, I think that's the biggest thing, right, Tom?
Yeah, that was the biggest key. If you recall, when we put that recommendation together, went to design review board. So, you know, any deviations, the commander just gonna usher
No.
through.
Yeah, Brian, you show Brian, he's the CAD lab teacher. Show it to Brian what it is that they should be able to copy. That multi-million-dollar CAD machine.
I'll ask and see what they say. All right,
So Brian never finished typing. So maybe, hey, Brian, if you want to sound off, now's the time.
Brian Granger.
Yes.
Oh, I thought I finished typing. I put my chat in about the shirt and, the example of the banner, that you're talking about along the street. If you can put an example of that in the, email that you send out to the
yep, I will.
group,
Yeah,
that'd be
there'll
good.
be pictures of what they look like. You can Google hometown heroes and they have all the pictures right on the website, but I'll send that to everyone with the cost.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd like to dedicate, to someone also. Oh, you didn't see my chat? Okay. Oh, I see unknown user didn't get my message. Okay. I'll
Okay.
go back on mute. Thanks.
Okay. So Stanley, yes, Randall. Oh, you're stretching. Okay. So Stanley, there's a slide part about CD transfer transactions. Is that?
It's a moot point.
Yeah, I think we're all good.
No
So
new business.
no new business. Okay. Nominations, elections, and installations officers. So next month is when we open the first round of nominations for officers for our installation in May. So we'll do nominations in March, vote on new officers in April, and then we install the new officers in May because June is the state convention. And once the new officers are installed at state, then the new officers for our next year will be in power at that point. So if anybody's interested, every position's open. So we got commander, senior vice, junior vice, and trustees are the electable positions. So Otis, are you coming off trustee? So Otis is coming off if somebody wants to run for his spot. So James and Eric would bump up and the new 3-year trustee would be replacing Otis. So if anybody wants to run for that spot or any other spots, just be willing to throw your name in the hat next month. And then we'll do elections in, yes.
There somewhere we could write up on what all the positions are, and what the, job descriptions.
Yeah.
VFW National.
Yeah, VFW.org has all the job descriptions. So it would be myself as commander, senior vice, junior vice, quartermaster, and then the one trustee, unless Eric and James don't want to run again. So, Eric, are you staying on? Eric, are you planning on staying on as a trustee? Okay. James, are you planning on staying on as a trustee?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. But anybody can run for those spots if you want to. So commander, senior vice, junior vice, quartermaster, and the trustees. So next month is when those open up. You can self-nominate or have one of us nominate you, depending on what you want to do. So nominations will be next month, and then voting will be in April. Any questions on that? Okay, next slide. All right. So I did not get the email from the company that I initially reached out to, but when I was at the state midwinter convention last month, I didn't have I have a bunch of challenge coins that are up on a thing in my den, but I didn't have a challenge coin with me, so I got fined $5. Okay, no big deal, but challenge coins weren't really a big thing when I was on active duty, so I never carried one around. Army guys, that's different, chiefs. You guys did it. But anyway, I thought it'd be really cool if we got our own post challenge coin. So the artwork that I sent to the company on one side was a coin that I pulled right off the VFW.org website. It's got the VFW across the Malta on it. And then it says, the logo of no one does more for members or no one does more for veterans across the bottom. On the flip side, it would say Gay Jones Post 921 have either they can do the actual picture of Gay Jones, or they can make it like the penny or the quarter or the silver dollar or whatever with it kind of raised, like take his face and carve it into the material. And then it would be Snohomish, Washington across the bottom. So I was waiting for the artwork from the company, and price is about $13 per coin. So I'm gonna wait to get the artwork and the final cost from the company. I might go out and try to get 2 more bids and see, because there's plenty of challenge coins companies out there. But this is the first one that I reached out to because it's the company that our district used, and they have all the permissions to use the Cross of Malta. And that was the big thing that Otis was worried about, is using the VFW logo on something without permission. But the company that I reached out to is what our district commander recommended. So.
As the past district commander, we actually opposed trying to use the VFW logo without permission. And we don't want to get in trouble with it.
I mean, how many guys are interested in getting challenge coins? Got it. I don't know what the, Me too. But I don't know, plus, like, Congresswoman Delveni comes to a bunch of our events. We're gonna be at the Veterans Plaza on 4th of July. It'd be nice to be able to have a challenge coin and give it to our guests at different events to say thank you. So once I get the numbers in and the art, I've got the artwork that I did on ChatGPT as just a swag and sent to them, but obviously these guys are professionals and they're gonna send me the artwork back, but I'll have that for you guys next month. We're not in a huge hurry to get it done, but I'll get it done as quickly as
Are
possible.
you gonna be given to the post members or sold?
That's the thing I think we have the money to buy them for post members that come to meetings. I mean, that's something we'll vote on once we have the final costs and artwork. Is everybody in agreement with that? We'll hold off on that, table it for now. So, okay. Sounders Military Appreciation Game, May 9th, which is a Saturday night at Lumen Field. Stanley got an email from their ticket salespeople. They would like as many people to attend. Tickets, depending on your seat, are anywhere from $22 to $98 per ticket. 10 plus to reserve a section. I think we have time to think about it and check your calendars and see how many people would be interested in going with their family members. But we're just putting out there, it's May 9th, and we'll take a vote on it next month to see how many people want to go and see if we want to get a section.
You can to get a section, it's, he needs at least 10 people and to secure a whole section. And he said he can get then real good discounts then too with that.
And the other ones we could do, if we really want to do it, I did it the other night with my wife. She's in the superintendent training at WSU, and they go all around the state every month to different locations and have their training. This month it was at WSU Everett campus. So after they were done with their training on Friday afternoon, one of the guys coordinated, and they had a whole section at the Silvertips game right behind the opposing team's bench. Tickets were $20 and great seats, great game. The stadium was almost full, and the team's really good this year, and they came roaring back from a 2-0 deficit to win 6-3. So if you guys wanted to do that, something like that before the end of the season, that's pretty easy to put together. All right. Anything else for the good of the order? Eric? Sorry. We did not. You weren't here. So
I have, I need to make 2 motions. One is for purchase of poppies. The other is to replenish our certificates. for teacher of the year, boy, which all of the SAs, all of the police officers, all the firemen.
And the only question I have on that is, aren't those amounts already in the budget that we approved?
Yes, what I did was I reached out to Brian and Tom and they sent me the 24-25 budget. You don't have
We never got
a budget for
No, we
26.
did 26. All right, all right.
Anyways, so yes, they are listed on here. So as far as certificates and medals, we have budgeted and approved $500 a year.
Do you need
So-
more than that?
Yeah, so what I need is to get us back to, being able to cover everything. I price checked everything last night at the website. It's $196.95 before tax,
How much?
$196.95.
Okay, so that's within the $500. So I thought we approved a budget after June, in July.
No, right.
And then as far as poppies go, we have $1,000 for this budget here. We currently have 6,350 poppies. We need to buy poppies to get the check in the box on the dashboard. So,
That's a 500 minimum, but we typically purchase a lot more.
okay, so I reached out to Doug White. And the current rate from him, was the division or District 1 poppy chairman, and they're for $150, you get 500. So I would like to make a motion or get permission for us to purchase 2,000, which would be $600. And that would put us at 8,350, and that'll get us through Memorial Day and Veterans Day. So it'll be enough to cover.
And how much did we approve in last year's budget? 1,000?
1,000.
Okay.
Everything that we need to get us to get all the checks in the box and get everything back to where we can operate. It's less than most of the ones that have been approved.
Okay. Since we don't have a current budget, I thought
Do you have a copy of the current budget?
we passed one in
There's no
July.
record.
There's no record of it?
There's no, Chris, we never had put forward a budget for this year.
I thought we did. Okay. Obviously, we're not operating under budget, but so we'll have to make a motion. Yep. Go ahead.
So I'd like to make a motion that we purchase 2,000 poppies. Still have access to all that.
Yeah, I can figure it out. Is it, what, $600?
You know,
It's just Joe Ryan at department.
So I'd like to make a motion that we purchase 2,000 poppies for $600, and that will get us our check in the box for the dashboard and keep us covered for both events that we have coming up in Memorial Day and Veterans Day.
Second.
Discussion, Joe?
Just simple, I'm assuming statement, but maybe it's a question. Why can't we just approve to continue the 2025 budget for 2026? And then we handle this and multiple other things that are falling on.
We could.
That's a good idea.
Resolution.
So you like to make a friendly amendment to the motion, correct?
I would just like to make, well, it'd be a separate motion.
This
It's-
finish this
it's-
motion,
it's-
right? Okay.
Right. It's an amendment to the original motion, right, Mr. Robert's rules?
If we do
Yeah.
that, does it cover the $2,000 request?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Then I move that we continue the budget from last year.
Okay.
And,
Any discussion on the friendly amendment to our original motion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All right, this is for the amendment to the original motion. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the amendment to the original motion passes. Now back to the original motion, which was to purchase those things for, correct. But it was on the floor, I still have to do it. So any discussion on the original motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? Okay. Set.
Motion, now that we have said that the deal is, I'm making a motion to purchase certificates. I got it. If you want to know exactly what it will cover, I have it written down.
What award certificates covered in last year's budget?
Yeah.
That we're good.
Good.
Don't need a motion.
Yes.
I'll get them all.
All right. Any other questions?
Just get with me.
Okay, we're good.
Really quick.
Okay.
I want to, okay, so I found out about, if you guys ever heard of this, it's called, this is an opportunity, combat related special compensation, CRSC. Does anyone know what that is? Okay, what this is it, how many people here are retired military? Okay, so how many people are retired and served in a combat zone? Okay, so this is special compensation that is not paid by the VA, it's paid by the DOD. Okay, there's like back pay involved in it, and then what they also do is they make your retirement pay tax exempt, and then there's forward pay in it. So it's pretty good stuff. You're gonna have to take your VA disabilities, and you're gonna break it down into how it correlates with a certain element of combat, either when you were deployed. This is on PD form 2860. If you take my card, email me, I'll send you the form. Okay, so you have to relate each of your disabilities to armed conflict, hazardous service issue, hazardous service, like you're wearing your IDA for like long time, your bag is pointed out like me, or simulation of war. This is something as simple as, doing those MRAP exercises where they turn you upside down and you bust yourself up. Instruments of war. That would be like, even if you have tinnitus and you're like shooting all day and your earplugs weren't working good, that qualifies. Agent Orange, radiation, Gulf War, mustard gas, all that stuff that related to war, that is submitted and it goes to the DOD, they check, make sure it's valid, and then you get your special compensation. So it's a great opportunity. Just shoot me an email, and I will send you the form. I don't know too much about it. I'm putting together it myself, my whole office is full of all these papers now. But, I just want to let you know that, it's an opportunity.
You're gonna be, just say, you have to have a VA.
VA disability, yeah, VA disability and retired.
You don't have to be 100%.
And, no, you don't have to, up to, I think it's like 30% or something like that.
I think 30 is the
Yeah,
maximum.
yeah, so it's,
30 is minimum will do.
yeah, it's a great opportunity. You can go to YouTube.
Yeah,
and just type
Stanley
in
sent me the
CRSC.
YouTube video and I'll send it out to everybody.
Right, right.
Taking notes on here.
Sounds like a trap.
Huh?
Sounds like a trap, so they can just deny your benefits you're already receiving.
I hope not. I mean, I got
I
it.
don't want nobody to touch my stuff.
All right.
Oh, man.
You reapply.
Anything else for the good of the order? Okay, closing ceremonies. There being no further business, we will have our closing ceremony. All rise, Comrade Chaplain, who will deliver the closing prayer. Hut, hut. Uncover. Parade, rest.
At this hour. Almighty God, the hour has come when we must part. We commit ourselves to thy care. Thou who art our strong tower of defense and protection, grant that in life's battles we may be strong and brave, living such lives of stainless integrity as shall reflect honor upon our country and the veterans of foreign wars of the United States, and glorify thy great and holy name. May thy good providence shield us from all harm. Watch over those who even now guard the gates of freedom, and bring us together again in true comradeship and peace. Amen.
Lieutenant Hut. Cover. And salute. Ready to. Comrades, I now declare this business session of VFW Post 921 closed. Our next regular meeting will be held at American Legion Post 96 on St. Patty's Day at 6 p.m. Thank you for coming. Get with Stanley so we can get you a cover, and I'll swear you in next month. You got one that fits?
Oh, because my buddy.
Yeah, he's gonna make sure it fits, and then he's gonna order you a name tag.
They work with that.
That fits? All right. Just make sure he orders you a name tag, and we'll get you sworn in next month.